Hello there. I mentioned I've been in a couple of hurricanes. Eye of the hurricane is quite fascinating. Something nearly as fascinating, actually, because it develops a low pressure right before it hits on the hurricane. And we would call that the calm before the storm, and it is incredibly eerie. It's actually more eerie than being in the eye of a hurricane. I don't know which is more eerie. At the premise of the calm before the storm. And everybody right now is just kind of like, oh, I can find my stuff at my grocery store. Everything's okay. Actually, I see shortages as bad as they've ever been here. And this is a very central location, which has normal delivery, and it's really the largest city in the state. Everything indicates the calm before the storm, and I'd like to report a couple things. One of the advantages of reading every comment is a lot of advantages, actually. It takes a lot of time, however, to do that. I do know a couple of farmers locally, and the farmers that actually leave comments, they're all reporting the same thing. It doesn't matter whether they live in California. I've had recently California farmers reported to me, farmers in South Dakota. One in southern Idaho, 2 or 3 in Texas, a couple in Florida. Depends on the crop too, obviously so. But they're all warning of a huge calm before the storm. And the farmers are actually warning me. A lot of the things that people don't realize is they just think, well, the cost of food has gone up because of fertilizer. There's delivery costs, which of course runs on diesel. There's planting costs, which requires diesel. There's processing costs, of which there's both electric, which is higher, and also to whatever equipment required depending on the crop to process it. Harvesting cost, which requires diesel 99 times out of 100. Fertilizer cost is incredibly high. Most people don't have any clue that fuel makers, the fuel manufacturers, fuel sources are required for fertilizer both directly and indirectly. And the other big one is that people are being paid not to plant. Something that is 100% undeniable. There's nobody on this earth that can deny it, because recently there was a big oil field up in Alaska that was shut down. There have been several that have been shut down over the past year and a half due to you-know-who. They've purposely been shut down. Countless sources of American fuel, including the pipeline that goes from the Canadian shale fields. I forget the name of that line that actually goes. Because it's actually costing more, and it is more fuel inefficient to not have that line, because a line doesn't require transportation costs to deliver crude from point A to point B from Canada to the United States. The only thing it requires is pressure to push it through the line. But to actually truck it instead of bringing it through the line means that if you're worried about the environment, it means that it's using a lot more fuel to transport it from A to B on truck than it is to pressurize the line and push it from point A to point B. People are amazingly unintelligent, just amazingly. So there is a planned strangulation, at least in the United States, also too the cabal, also too in Europe. I won't mention the names since I don't want to mention the names. A planned strangulation of fuel costs. People really, really have no idea. They're experiencing the calm before the storm, and the oblivious people are like, it's fine, food prices are up, but, I can find what I need. Just have to pay a little, just dig a little deeper. Well, yeah, you're digging a little deeper. The point is how much deeper you think it's going to get, and every indication says it's going to get deeper. Every one. Now, I will remind you, I was talking about this well over 2 years ago. And that was back when everybody was saying, oh, it's a conspiracy theory. And now I don't know of anybody that doesn't agree that it's going to happen. At the very minimum, before August, somewhere around August, the nationwide average here in the United States is going to be $5 to $5.50 a gallon. It's already astronomically high. I think the nationwide average now is $4.40 a gallon here on May the 28th of 2022. I don't know whether you know the incubation time of, let's call it the monkeypox. Yeah? You remember when they started talking about the coof and how it had reached the western shores? Now the incubation period for the monkeypox, I'm sorry, it just makes me laugh to say that, monkeypox, is a lot longer. All the experts agree that whether it is real or fake, I'm not passing judgment on, a future, lock yourself indoors sort of foolishness comes around, whether it's real or fake. I won't pass judgment on that. The incubation period on this stuff is incredibly long, so that means that whoever devises it, whether it be real or fake, means that if you thought lockdowns were bad during the coof, then you ain't seen nothing yet when it comes to the monkey. I'm sorry, I can't say the words without laughing. I'm not saying whether, a plague across Europe and the United States would be legitimate or not. I'm only saying that, the fear-mongering and the foolishness surrounding it would be real. Yeah. Fear doesn't have to be based in reality versus unreality. Someone could be afraid of unicorns and lock themselves indoors, right? The fear doesn't have to be, real or imaginary. The only thing that has to be real is the effect. That's what people keep missing out on. It doesn't matter whether something's real or not, as long as the effect is real, because that's the result that's desired. I'm not a gambler, but I'm willing to put everything I have on the fact that this is absolutely, undeniably, 100% the calm before the storm. If you ever thought about hoarding up on non-perishable food items, non-perishable, there's a list out there. There's all sorts of good lists. Powdered milk, non-fat powdered milk lasts a really long time. Don't like it? Fine, whatever. Rice, buy the good stuff at least, like basmati rice. Don't buy that cheap garbage rice. If you're forced to eat something, pay a couple bucks and get basmati at least. I'm no fan of rice, period, really. Dried beans, canned beans, water filtration, non-perishable food. I get the powdered peanut butter. It basically looks like dust in a can. Yeah, you ever seen it? I got, oh Lord, nearly 100 jars of the finest Italian marinara sauce. It basically lasts forever in the basement. Everybody should have, they're 20 bucks a piece. They're 5-gallon plastic jugs or water gallon jugs. I've been hoarding not bad ramen, but really, really good ramen. It's Taiwan's. I've had a lot of it, actually. It's very, very tasty. It's not like regular ramen garbage. And it only costs a little bit more. I forget the name of it. Nuts. I don't drink alcohol, but I'm buying, I've got about 50 liters. I don't drink alcohol, okay, but about 50 liters of the 1.75 liter bottles of Costco vodka. It's actually in France, and I use that as a tincture tincture liquid for like dried fruits and veggies. Not veggies, actually, dried fruits, actually, excuse me. Let me take that back. I've done a lot of blueberries and blackberries. You dehydrate them, you stick them in the jar, and you pour in your vodka. It preserves them. I'm sorry, but this is the calm before the storm. And I hope that I'm wrong. I really hope beyond all hope. Other people, they want to be proven right. This is not something I want to be proven right on. I would not want to be proven right on it. I really hope I'm wrong. However, I'm willing to bet everything that I'm not wrong. Everything points towards it. Everything does. Absolutely everything points towards this happening. And everybody's right now. It's like, well, food's gas pretty high, but I'm doing okay. I get everything I need. It's like, yeah, that's exactly right. The exact same thing happened when the Germans invaded France. I heard that when the Germans were on the outskirts of old Paris, Vive la France! That people from the outskirts of France were rolling into the center of France. Oh, the Germans are coming down the streets. Ah, merde alors, merde alors. Don't translate that from the French into English. And I heard that the Parisians in the center of Paris, people were warning about it. That really is what happens. It reminds me of, it's called Poseidon Adventure. There's this giant tidal wave that hits a cruise ship, and the cruise ship turns upside down, and a lot of the people were in the ballroom, which is way underwater because the ship's upside down now. And the smart people with a brain on their shoulders, people like me, they said, we need to get out of here. You know, those windows can't handle the pressure because we're underwater now. And they try to make their way to the bottom of the ship, which is now really above water, which is now the top of the ship. And not the captain, but the captain right after the captain. Oh, no, we're safe down here. This is rated for so-and-so. And all the stupid people is like, yeah, we're okay down here. It's like, no, get out. The walls are going to... You know, and a handful of people saved their lives because they had brains. And other people just following everybody else, just like the clueless, blind sheep that they are. Bah! Why is Farmer John leading us into this slaughterhouse looking... I don't know, just follow. Go on in. So many people are like that, unfortunately. Chance favors the prepared mind. I'm not a prepper. I don't like being called a prepper. I'm not. But I like seeing into the as far distant future as possible. Everything I see on the future horizon is this. Make up your own decision. I don't tell anybody what to do. Okay? Thanks. Hey, all the farmers are telling me the same thing. Yeah? They say, if you think prices are high now, you ain't seen nothing. I mean, real farmers are telling me this. Okay? Real ones. Not imaginary farmers, okay? Real farmers are telling me this. Make up your own decision. Make up your own mind.